Millennia ago, when the Chamorro people first arrived on Guam, they brought with them practices and beliefs that guided their relationships with the island and with each other. Over the years, these traditions changed, naturally through time and tide, and through contact with the waves of newcomers who washed over Guam's shore. Today, those beliefs still remain, in spirit and in substance, reminders of a rich culture. Today, there are still some who carry on these beliefs through traditional healing practices.
A Suruhanu is a medicine person. So the Suruhanu with the O is a medicine man. Suruhana is the medicine woman. And the word probably derives from Spanish or also from Filipino, Suruhanu or Suruhana. Prior to the Suruhana and the Suruhanu were the Makanas. So if you go back in the books that have been written about history, you will find that the Makana was the one who could do good or bad, wish bad, good or bad for luck or for fishing or things of that nature. And when Spain came, there was this whole movement to get rid of Makana, get rid of the type of people that they were, and so they found ways to do that. And what's left with us now is a Suruhana or the Suruhana.
Evidence of practices of the Suruhanu or Suruhana can still be found around the island today in the traditional Lusang and Lumuk, or Morar and Pestle.
They would use this to crush various different types of herbs, roots, leaves, to make various different types of medicines. Not only do they apply, various different types of, herbal concoctions, but they also, again, give a lot of various different types of massages in the healing process. There's also some instances where they would also do incantations or talking to the spirits to heal those kinds of illnesses caused by various different types of evil spirits, or by people going into areas where they're not supposed to go, and then getting different types of sicknesses that they call it. For example, the practitioners are dying out, but yet the lore and the craft is handed down to those who are, it's a special gift that not everyone can practice. You see, particularly the massaging and the spiritual healing, that requires a special type of talent, or some special gift that the person has to perform those types of healing techniques.
Among the spiritual healers on Guam today is Emilio Adudu. Emilio was born in the northern island of Pagan and has been practicing traditional medicine in the Marianas for the better part of 2 decades. It is a calling that has been in his family for generations.
I became Suruhanu because I think it's in our families. And Suruhanu, at that time, people are turning into Western medicine, and they're forgetting the culture, traditional way of spiritual healing.
Emilio uses a variety of methods to treat his patients. His knowledge of acupressure helps relieve simple headaches, backaches, sore muscles, and other body ailments. Using plants found growing wild, Emilio is able to treat a variety of sicknesses, including the flu, toothaches, circulatory problems, and congestion. He even can direct a sore-eyed patient to a tree, the nanasu, which has white blossoms containing natural visine. But while Emilio does treat patients for physical afflictions, he says that the majority of these patients suffer from spiritual ailments.
Some kind of sickness like totomonasin, even the best medical doctor won't be able to heal this kind of sickness. It's only by Suruhanu.
Respect and reverence for one's land and one's ancestors play an important role in Chamorro culture, and Emilio believes that it is a lack of this reverence that is now making his patients susceptible to Tatamona sickness, which manifests itself in a sense of disorientation and high fevers.
Over here, there's no respect. People build something on the land without asking. You know? You just don't go out there at night or any time of the day and try to plug up a tree or try to break a branch without asking.
When Emilio goes out into nature, he always asks permission. He believes that with the permission and guidance of his ancestors, he is able to find the right medicinal plants and herbs for his patients. However, as Guam becomes more and more developed, some of these plants are becoming more and more rare. In 2008, to preserve his natural drugstore and Guam's environmental diversity, he helped Bernie Nelson start a medicinal garden by bringing over seeds from Saipan. The garden started with a few shrubs and has grown to include over 100 different types of medicinal herbs and plants.
It's important for the young generation. I'm not doing it for myself. I mean, I could just leave this, but I'm thinking of the young generation that, because we have urban, the bulldozer, 1 week you go find the medicine, then the next week is none.
Oh,
It's eaten by slugs, or they bulldozer to build a house.
okay.
So pretty soon, about 10 years from now, you won't find all this medicine, because it'll be all nothing but houses and road. And so what I'm doing is just to preserve because I have grandkids that's coming up. I have 5 grandkids, and I want them to know what's take over.
Building on the work of the garden, Mr. Azudu and Mrs. Nelson plan to start an association to preserve Guam's plant life. He would like a law to be passed to require government and private landowners to conduct botanical surveys before clearing and developing land, just as they are required to conduct archaeological ones. This would, in essence, be treating Guam's natural diversity and medicinal heritage as how he believes they should be treated, as cultural treasures.
The importance of these things, and just as this is part of our culture, tradition, and I don't want it to die.
Kita leuh haleuh tosi